Hi Wildings, welcome to or welcome back to the Wilding Tarot YouTube channel. Thank you so much for supporting me here at this channel, especially by watching ads. It's the easiest way to support me by far, and all of us creators definitely appreciate it. It's a great way for capitalist companies to be able to pay for tarot readings and make tarot readings more accessible, so I love that for us. But today's reading is a really fun one. I'm really excited to share it with you. It was probably one of the more enjoyable ones that I've done. The last few have actually been really good. I've enjoyed recording all of them. But yeah, today's a pretty fun one. I hope you enjoy it. I don't really think I have anything else to say in this intro other than I hope you enjoy it and you have a great day. So yeah, happy Mercury Day. It's a good day for thinking, communication, all that sort of stuff. So everything channeled super easy. Yeah, let's get into today's video. Okay, Wildings, let's get into today's video. So we're going to be getting channeled messages today about anyone who might not be over you and any messages you need to hear about the situation. But you can definitely get this as a messages about maybe someone you're not over as well. Like if you're looking for a reading for maybe what's going on for you, if you're having a little bit of difficulty naming some things within, then this reading is going to be relevant too. So yeah, either way, or you can get a mixture of both. There should be messages for you for kind of any sort of state you're in and whatever you kind of need to hear right now, regardless if that's about you or about them. So yeah, it's going to be pretty straightforward. We're first going to clarify some of the energies in regards to who this person or who these people might be. So we're going to use my astrology deck and my little kind of jar of prompts or characteristics, I think is a good way to put it, just to find out who this person might be, because keep in mind, you may come for a specific person, but the energies might be a mix of past connections, and so I'm hoping in those two kind of pulls that you'll get real clarity on kind of who it's pertaining to specifically. So it might be a single person, a few exes, or maybe if you get a combination of your traits and a certain person's traits, then you'll know that it's a reading about kind of maybe how you're feeling and how they're feeling. So yeah, hopefully that first little bit will clarify the energies, so you kind of can go into the second half of the reading really clear on kind of where the messages are coming from, so you know how to use your own intuition and discernment to kind of make the messages more relevant to your situation. You'll be able to discern how to interpret some of the general messages to fit your situation a little bit better. And then after we kind of clarify the energies, the decks I have today is some channeled messages, hidden truth oracles. Take that message if it resonates. I just really wanted to show you the cards that I'm using. So we will get some channeled messages from this person, as well as we'll get some kind of deeper lessons, meanings, maybe any healing messages from our traditional tarot. And then I also have a few oracles off to the side as well to get more messages in reference to kind of moving forward. We obviously also have my affirmation deck here. So yeah, the last little bit will be kind of what energies to kind of enhance or channel to move forward with whatever messages that you get out of today's reading. So that's kind of the general gist of the reading: clarifying energies, channeled messages, deeper meanings and lessons, and then kind of moving forward energies. Yeah, I think that's all the disclaimers I need to know. I mean, you need to know. So whenever you're ready, going ahead and choosing either pile 1, 2, or 3 to get your channeled messages. Remembering that if you do end up somewhere and the initial kind of energy clarification is just not resonating, you can always come back and try again. Or particularly if you're drawn to more than one pile, like you might have messages in more than one pile. There might be more than one person that has regrets or is not over you in some way. So yeah, there might be different messages for you in different piles for different people, or your particular person might be a combination of piles. So yeah, just taking taking it wherever you're called to go, and just like really honoring that is important. But whenever you're ready, choosing either pile 1, 2, or 3 to get your channeled messages. Remembering that if you're still not sure, I will leave a little freeze frame for you to pause on and just like have a little zen out on if you need that time. But no matter where you end up, I will see you there in a moment. Hey there, pile 1. Welcome to your reading for who's not over you, or who has some sort of regret that they want to communicate, or any messages along that line. So yeah, if you chose this beautiful crystal, then this reading is for you. I've forgotten what kind of crystal it is. Totally just had a mental blank. It doesn't matter, it's not super important. But yeah, as I was saying in the intro, we're just going to start with clarifying the energies in this reading. So you can take this as their energies, your energies, maybe some extra energies than kind of maybe who made you click on this reading. Like there might be maybe additional people from the past, or a different person from the past that wants to come through and communicate to you. So just being like super open with whoever comes through. Spirit, could we please have messages for pile 1 in regards to who's not over them? I'm realizing my camera's probably not straight. Do we have any other energies about this person? It's likely that you and this person have unfinished business together with this Destiny and North Node energy coming out. Maybe there was some sort of kind of misfortunate astrology or kind of intense mirroring at the time that you guys initially kind of crossed paths that prevented you from experiencing kind of the full progression that this connection was supposed to kind of go through. So yeah, this person definitely will have this kind of like element of unfinished business. Maybe you never like kind of fully got into full relationship energy with the 7th house energy coming out, or maybe there was like just potential to be better partners to each other than maybe what you got to experience in some way, due to kind of like unforeseen or just like maybe difficult circumstances. Potentially the two of you had things to learn kind of on your own. Like there was definitely ways to transform and grow within yourself, and definitely kind of getting to know yourself on a deeper level that maybe kind of needed to happen before the two of you could really experience this connection. So there was kind of like a brakes got put on for this connection. This person might have a fair bit of Virgo energy in their chart, Pisces energy, Scorpio energy, Libra energy, or Cancer energy in either their like sun, moon, rising, Mars, Venus in particular, but also Jupiter and Saturn. But either way, this person might have kind of a Virgo-ish kind of like element to their personality. Either they care a lot about maybe pets, animals, maybe they really value kind of health, nutrition, maybe service to others, like charity work or volunteering. They might be a little bit critical and very interested in figuring out ways to get everyone's needs met in a situation, or they may just have like a fairly good lifestyle and routine, definitely something that's very kind of concrete, repetitive, that they kind of like do every day. They might have a lot of kind of rituals in their life in terms of kind of their day-to-day routine. There might be a lot of polarity between the two of you. There might be some also intuitive knowing that the two of you have this unfinished business as well, with both the Black Moon, Lilith, and Neptune energy coming out. These are very kind of dreamy, intuitive energies. This Black Moon Lilith, she kind of introduces polarity into life. Like before her, there's just like a kind of masculine witnessing quality in the universe, and then she comes in and she brings in kind of the concept of polarity. So the two of you might have a lot of polarity with each other. You might have a lot of polarity within yourselves. Often Pluto cards represent someone who has lots of kind of seemingly conflicting and opposite qualities in them. So that might be relevant. If you feel like more of a divine masculine, this person might be more of a divine feminine, especially a very spiritual one, but they're probably spiritual regardless of their kind of energy alignment. It seems like the two of you have definitely been going through a lot of change, a lot of transformation. Maybe the two of you have both experienced dark nights of the soul at some point in this connection, or after this connection kind of initially kind of passed each other, after you kind of got that initial kind of meeting that maybe didn't go kind of as deep as what it was intended to go. But yeah, I feel like that's about all these astrology cards are telling me in terms of these energies. We'll just get a little bit more clarification just for anyone who would like extra kind of hints. If there's maybe more than one person coming to mind right now, we'll just get a little bit more clarity on the person or the people who are not over you. Okay, so we have curious. This person's obviously curious-minded. Very short. Brave. Big eyes. Hazel eyes. Straight eyebrows. Family orientated or oriented, whichever expression you prefer. Fairly cheerful. Seductive. Agreeable. Okay, so we have big eyes and small eyes, so there's probably some mixed energies here, or maybe there's more than one person who's in the same boat with you. Light brown hair. Charming. So I'm definitely getting very charismatic kind of vibes from this person, probably someone who's well liked. But we'll get our tarot messages in regards to anything else that you need to know about this situation. Do you have any messages for pile 1, please, in regards to people that are not over them? Clarify this 9 of Swords energy, please. And the Temperance card too, please. And the 3 of Pentacles too, please. So this person might be experiencing some very low mood, maybe some anxiety, and a lot of regret from the past, with this 9 of Swords being the very first card that came out. Traditionally, it's like a card that represents anxiousness and depression, but it's a Mars in Gemini energy, and Mars is a heavy masculine energy. It has a lot to do with what passions we have, what drives us, but also areas where we might overexert force or get ourselves into conflict. So it's, yeah, a heavy kind of like masculine confliction energy. And then Gemini is the twins energy. So it's often conflictions about apparent opposites, or conflictions to do with what's being mirrored to us very often. It seems like this person maybe hasn't been facing their source of fear and anxiety, or maybe they're like over identifying with these emotions, which is creating cycles of self-destruction. Potentially they've not been able to be the kind of empathetic, support, emotionally available person that they thought they were, because there was some sort of like fears or something coming up for them that was essentially like blocking this energy for them. And it's probably stuff for them to do with the past, like past karma from either this life or past lives, and also like childhood trauma with the 6 of Cups energy. This is a very useful kind of innocent energy, and in reverse sometimes it does indicate cycles of trauma that's being played out with this person. So yeah, this 6 of Cups is the Sun in Scorpio energy, and it really asks us to understand the past, but to be able to still live in the now and to be able to let go of the past. And it seems like this person definitely hasn't been able to let go of the past, hasn't been able to let go of their patterns. They are trying to learn, they are trying to develop spiritually with this temperance energy coming out. This is a Sagittarius energy, and it's all about kind of spiritual evolution, personal development, expansion, and all of that kind of Sagittarian philosophy, higher learning kind of energy. But yeah, both these coming out in reverse is definitely telling me that it's definitely been a struggle, and these struggles for them kind of led them to not be able to show up in this connection maybe the way they wanted to. They definitely weren't able to kind of plan a future with you based on their own fears of maybe abandonment, or, you know, some sort of like, just they had this kind of fear that everything would fall apart essentially. And so they weren't really able to kind of throw themselves into planning a future with you. They kind of needed to come into a better balance and alignment within as an individual first before they could like really feel safe to be close to someone, to plan a future with someone, to kind of put themselves in the practicality of building something stable with someone. There's more Mars energy here, so Mars and Capricorn here. So yeah, you've got a lot of Mars energy coming out, a lot of conflict. I'm sensing that this person had a lot of inner conflict that they needed to kind of address. This Two of Pentacles definitely refers to someone who needs to kind of do inner work and balance within so that they can balance without. This Eight of Pentacles is also kind of another learning card. It's the Sun in Virgo energy, and it definitely asks us to structure our lives really well, upgrade our routine, minimize any chaotic influences or impulses, especially those coming from a place of past pain, and kind of diligently working on health goals, fitness goals, lifestyle goals, career goals, and all of that kind of real practical earthy pentacle stuff. Yeah, it seems like this person was maybe struggling with that, and it's something that they know that they need to get together. But yeah, I think like basically the vibe from all of these is this is kind of the reason why they didn't show up well, and also the reason why they want another chance, because they kind of are aware that they just like weren't in a good place, and therefore kind of need, or in themselves feel like they need another opportunity to almost prove themselves, especially with this Ten of Wands energy. This is a Saturn in Sagittarius energy, and it's about burning old patterns, starting anew, committing to healing, and definitely committing to kind of a really good attitude, determination, and just like moving forward. And so yeah, it seems like especially with this Judgment energy, which is heavy Pluto energy, they kind of want to be able to put the past in the past, and start on a new leaf. But yeah, I don't really know from these cards, just looking at them, if they've done what they think they need to do in order to have this second kind of chance or shot, just based on like how they came out. Like it's not giving me like I've done the work kind of energy. It's kind of more I'm aware of the work kind of energy. But we'll see what comes out in the rest of the cards. We'll get some channeled messages from this person or people. So we have, it's time for me to heal now. So yeah, this energy is definitely giving me I need to heal now kind of energy. It's definitely not I'm done energy. So we have I left when I saw you with someone. So this might be like some thing that like physically happened where you were with someone else and maybe you were like happier or just vibed better with this person than you did with this other person. So maybe this was kind of like them trying to bow out in a way, or this might be, especially if you've been in more of a no contact situation, this might be more of a I'm trying to let it go because I've seen you with other people that seem like they got their shit together more and are a better fit for you. I look for you everywhere, so it's likely that this person, while they're doing life, are just like thinking about you a lot. Yeah, I can't stop thinking about you. So we have your intellect arouses me. Yeah, they like how smart you are. I feel the sexual tension. This is heavy, like this Plutonian energy, and also a lot of the Mars energy we were seeing as well. Like this person definitely has a strong sexual desire. I don't know what comes next. Not financially stable. So yeah, this is that Virgo energy of them kind of trying to get their physical 3D self kind of together a bit more. They definitely feel like they want to work on that. Do we have any love oracles for this situation, please? So we have the Phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind. So this might be what the two of you are going through now, especially if you're in a separation. Okay, so it seems like this person has been kind of thinking about big commitment with you with this engagement card energy coming out. So this is engaged, partnership, commitment, eternity, completion, union, and also maybe about either you dating someone else, meeting someone new, getting back out there, or them returning to give you some sort of offer about kind of like reconnecting and dating, especially if you didn't get that the first time around. This person probably perceives you as having a lot of options and maybe being able to date a lot of people. They do want to communicate to you, it seems, with this talking energy coming out. And they are definitely very nostalgic for this connection as well with this photograph energy. So they've probably been stalking your socials, looking at old photos of you or looking at current photos of you on socials and just kind of like, yeah, been thinking about this connection a lot, reminiscing probably. Do we have any other oracles, please? Trust. So it's important to trust the process and just trust how everything's playing out too. Yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of ego challenges based on how this connection's kind of, just based on the past of this connection, I would say. So this willpower is very kind of Leo-ish kind of energy. You probably want to embrace that kind of willpower moving forward, because there's probably going to be a lot of challenges for you guys to overcome as individuals. And if what you want is realignment with this connection, there's going to be a lot of ego challenges for you as well, especially based on the past of this connection. We also have new beginnings. So this could indicate a new phase, either for you personally, for you and this person in relationship, or for this person as an individual. But it's time to release negativity. Especially anything that you're holding on to from the past, any pain especially. Have faith in your dreams and a personal issue reaches resolution. So if there's some kind of personal stuff that's been coming up for you as a result of all the stuff that went down in this connection, expect some things to kind of shift for you to be able to gain some clarity, for you to maybe be able to resolve or release some stuff that's been kind of weighing you down. Can we get an affirmation for these guys, please? Can we get an affirmation for these guys, please? So we have my inner being is connected to the divine wisdom of the universe. I feel like this card has come out a lot recently when I've been reading for people. So yeah, there's probably a fair bit of uncertainty and things just in the world at the moment, just like given the state that we're in. I think it is very important for all people to be reconnecting to the inner wisdom within, especially with so many conflicting point of views, and just like, yeah, so many like confusing external kind of voices and opinions. Like really connecting into the inner truth and inner voice right now will be really important. But I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope you got everything out of this reading that you really wanted and needed. It's been a pleasure reading for you. My name is Jade Wilding, and I would love if you can like, comment, and subscribe to keep me on your feed for more intuitive tarot card readings. And if you would like a personal reading, my bookings are currently open. You can book through the link in my bio. Not in my bio, I'm not on TikTok right now. You can book through the link in the description box, and the links to my other socials like TikTok and things like that are there as well, so feel free to use that. I would love to read for you personally. I really enjoy it, so yeah, if you ever want to do a more specific reading, that's there for you as an option. But I think that about wraps it up. So thanks so much for sticking around to the end, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Hey there, part 2. Welcome to your reading for who's not over you and any messages you need to hear about this connection. So if you chose this beautiful moonstone, then this reading is probably for you, but as always, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is a general reading, so there will be kind of mixed energies here. We're first going to check the general kind of themes and energies using this astrology deck. And also we're going to get some characteristics from our little kind of glass jar of magic. So these energies might be your energies, their energies, a combination of the two. They may also be other energies or other X's that the messages from that connection are either more relevant or kind of equally relevant. So yeah, hopefully using these should clarify kind of exactly who this reading is about, so that you know how to interpret the following channeled messages and oracles and things like that. So yeah, hopefully this makes it super clear who this is about. And if when I'm pulling them you're just like completely not resonating with anything, I would suggest going back and picking another pile, because maybe the messages for you are not here. They might be in another pile today. And if you're resonating with kind of like most of the messages, but maybe not everything, it's probably also a good idea to choose another pile and listen to two readings. I find that if I'm like kind of half resonating with a reading, that usually my kind of reading is a combination of two of the readings. Like, I don't know, often I just found that's how it works. So yeah, like if you're not feeling like total resonance, probably watch two, because you might be having like a bit of a mix of situations. But we'll stop blabbing on. I don't know why I feel the need to just talk so much. I literally in life like do not talk hardly at all. Like I'm almost like selectively mute a lot of the time. I am on like the autism spectrum, so yeah, that's probably something you didn't know about me. I literally almost never ever in life like in my day-to-day life I just like barely speak, but then when I'm reading it just like all comes out. It's also kind of why I get puffed a lot while I read, because like I'm actually not used to talking so much and having to breathe at the same time. Like I'm not familiar with it. It's just not kind of how I operate. Do we have any more messages for pile 2? So this is probably someone who you've been out of touch with for some time with this void of course of moon energy coming out. It may be someone who you know has things to teach you in life. Maybe the two of you just have this kind of draw towards each other. Definitely some kind of deep understanding that there's like potential to learn a lot from each other. Like the two of you have lessons to teach each other with this North Node energy coming out. And or this North Node energies just might refer to the two of you. It's important that the two of you reconnect in some way, or for you to reflect on this connection. If you don't feel like reconnection is kind of passing the vibe check, there's definitely some sort of understanding that needs to be had from this connection in order for you to move forward with life in some way. So this person might be Cancerian, Leo, they might have some Aquarius, Aries, or Sagittarius placements based on how the sun, how the cards came out, especially sun placements, but any of the big kind of six, I would say. In any case, I would say this person probably is really into maybe fitness, nutrition, taking care of their body. Maybe they're very expressive with their kind of self, personality. They probably care about like kind of what they wear and things like that, or maybe how they style themselves in some way with this first house energy coming out. You might have a lot of polarity with this person. This person might also be very intuitive or creative. I'm sensing a fair bit of like opposition and polarity with this person, especially with this solar eclipse energy coming out. Solar eclipses occur on full moons, and this is a very peak kind of energy. So this person might be very abundant. We have basically representations of all the fire signs here. So yeah, they might be very fire heavy in their chart, or just like have a lot of that kind of natural kind of pizzazz of the fire signs, I would say. But that said, I would say they're like also kind of fairly grounded with this Cancer and Roots energy coming out. Cancer rules the fourth house. The fourth house is kind of where we feel safe, comfortable, secure. So this person might make you feel that way, or they might feel that way with you. This person's probably interested in like learning, expanding themselves, putting themselves in kind of new situations to learn some stuff. And the two of you might have met in some sort of like community, friendship kind of context, either like through work colleagues, or yeah, like friends or something like that, something 11th house, maybe even over social media. Yeah, like they're the main energies I can see here. So if they're resonating, then this reading's probably for you. If you need a little bit more, especially if there's maybe more than one person coming to mind, we'll get some additional little characteristics. We have some characteristics for this person who's not over pile 2, please. So we have blue eyes, curly hair, confident. This is this Leo energy coming out. Long hair, kinky. There's a lot of fire energy here. That's to be expected. Okay, so this person's either really tall or average height. There's probably a mix of energies here, or there might be more than one person who's not over you. Probably a good networker. Tall, yeah, so you pretty much got anywhere from average to tall. With a small nose. Also brown eyes, so blue or brown eyes. self-centered, more Leo energy. That's what that is. And just all the fire signs is basically represented here. Thin eyebrows, rebel, curious, brave, domestic. So yeah, this is this 4th house Cancerian energy. They're probably like got this slight, yeah, kind of like domestic homebody, like enjoy being in their own space kind of energy, and cheerful. So if some or most of those resonated, probably in the right place. If none of those resonated, maybe go back and try again. But I assume if you've made it this far, like you're meant to be here. Like, can't imagine why you would make it this far without your intuition going bing, bing, bing. All right, can we get any more specific messages that we need, please? Oh, that's promising. Can you clarify this lover's energy, please? And the 9 of Pentacles, please. And the 9 of Cups, please. So when the Lovers, 2 of Cups and Hierophant cards come out, often this can indicate a possibility for getting married, definitely having kind of a long, happy life together, especially if you enjoy following kind of tradition and ritual. With the 3 of Swords and 9 of Pentacles cards coming out in particular, this is kind of the main energy indicating that in order to build a life with this person, there's definitely things that need to be overcome. Particularly to do with any kind of stages of grief, any pain from the past that needs to be let go of. Definitely kind of setting yourself up practically in life. Probably needs some attention from the 2 of you. Just kind of like getting your shit together, so to speak, with kind of the life that you want to live. Maybe healing any like relational wounds, especially rejection and abandonment, might be relevant, and kind of really understanding the past and learning from it, but still being able to let it go, essentially, is the main vibe from these cards here. Yeah, we do have like heavy kind of like divine counterpart, maybe soulmate, twin flame energy with these 2 cards coming out. Often our Lovers cards refer to a relationship which will teach each other things based on your own kind of triggering of each other, and your own ability to mirror and then interpret what's happening in the mirror and then apply that to your own healing. This Page of Pentacles is definitely indicates what, like, a kind of manifestation or kind of like work energy. So there will be work in this connection. There'll be definitely work not to kind of manifest from the shadow and create self-fulfilling prophecies or kind of negative cycles in any way, especially to do with past pains and trauma. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of potential to learn and grow in this connection, and definitely potential to build something beautiful together if that healing is embraced, if the two of you are participating equally in that healing. If there's been especially if there's been a period of no contact or just like separation or like kind of stickiness in this connection, that definitely needs to be healed, and definitely not brought into this connection again if your intention is to kind of reignite it. If your intention is to let it go, like, by all means, like, you have absolute free will. But either way, there seems to be some stuff that needs to be let go of. This Six of Cups is traditionally very kind of like innocent energy. It does refer to things that we might have acquired in our youth, especially patterns in terms of like emotional world and emotional relating. And so this Six of Cups definitely refers to people that need to learn about kind of the patterns that we've picked up, the conditioning that we've absorbed, and understanding it, but still being able to live in the present and let go of those patterns, and kind of choose a different course very consciously, like reparenting ourselves essentially. Both of these cards deal with the themes of loss, grief, defeat, and they both really ask us to start again with a whole new paradigm once all of the kind of grief and all of that has been fully felt, fully kind of expressed, and we're not kind of holding on to any of it anymore. It's a heavy Saturn in Libra energy. So Libra is a heavy relational energy. Saturn is a very binding energy. So yeah, it does indicate a need to kind of maybe practice some detachment, like healthy detachment, like essentially like moving away from codependent tendencies. Like, you can have like attachments as in like all the attachments that humans form with each other that are part of our kind of biology, our wiring. It's important for us to be attached to people, but like trying to make that as healthy as possible and as least codependent as possible. Like, not making someone, whether someone else is okay, like the determining factor whether we're okay, kind of that kind of distinction. So attachment good, codependency not so good with this card. So yeah, this Nine of Cups definitely refers to being able to feel abundant, satisfied, fulfilled in yourself first before you look to a relationship to give that to you. And that's not to say that you have to be on your own until like you feel that way. Like, it's kind of like this push-pull dance where you kind of get, like, you need to be in relationship to have some things mirrored, but yeah, it's kind of like this kind of weird dance where you've got to relate but also be able to enjoy your own company. So often we kind of end up in this kind of like dance of being in relationship with others, in relationship with ourselves, until we can kind of figure out how to be more abundant and satisfied within ourselves. And that's like a process. This isn't like kind of like a check on the list and then move on kind of thing. It does take time. But yeah, there definitely is maybe some intimacy, codependency issues here, maybe some fear, some ego with this Two of Cups coming out in reverse and the Eight of Cups. It's a lot of Cups energy here, so this is very watery, very emotional, very intuitive. There's probably one or both of you have maybe some psychic intuition abilities. But yeah, there's definitely some patterns that need to be kind of nipped in the butt, I would say, with these cards that came out. And none of this is like drastically unusual energies. Like these are very common energies when it comes to relating and patterns of relating, just based on kind of our past and what our ancestors had to kind of deal with. So this isn't like anything that like I would assume is from people that are bad, like poorly adjusted. Like these are people that are probably have adjusted kind of as expected based on the world we live in. So yeah, like it's nothing crazy, nothing horrible. It's all kind of gravy. It's all good. Like the work will unfold, the healing will unfold, all in divine timing, all kind of as necessary. You're already whole and complete, like all that jazz. Like there's nothing here that's like way out of the ordinary. Like it's just normal relationship things, and it's what people are definitely up leveling right now in life for sure. Like this is a very common theme of what people are up leveling. Okay, so in terms of channeled messages from this person who's not over you, we have I loved you unconditionally, you and I were too young. There was definitely some unhealed patterns that were maybe pulling you apart at the time that you didn't know how to deal with consciously. I want to feel that way again. I hope you can forgive me one day. So yeah, stuff from the past, like it's important to kind of forgive yourself first, especially if you're not in contact with this person, and then be able to extend forgiveness to others. Yeah, so if there's anything that you feel like you need to forgive in yourself first, like that might be something to work on. I would do it all again. You broke my heart. And I feel so drawn to you. Any last words, please? And I can't reach out. So for whatever reason, they're not in a position to be able to communicate and connect with you right now. So we have love, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. The butterfly, relationship evolving into the next phase, healing the inner child, growth, dating, meeting someone new, getting back out there, planning to set a date. The golden mirror, one-sided relationships, love bombing, narcissism, being self-absorbed. This can be just like reflecting the narcissism within. Often with codependencies, it's kind of like two sides of the same coin. Like people that label themselves as empaths and narcissists are essentially kind of the same energy, but it's like the opposite coin. It's like an over, it's just like, it's a very common pattern with the world that we live in. And yeah, that empath narcissism dynamic, that's definitely something that people at the moment are trying to heal, and I would say that that's a pattern that you're trying to heal. That's a generational curse you're trying to break if you're here. So yeah, patience, fear. It's probably going to be a lot of your own inner fears come up that are going to have to be dealt with. It's probably some patience that's going to be needed for just to kind of like get through this kind of weird time. yeah, we've got like lots of kind of attraction energy here. So there's definitely an intense attraction. Believe in the impossible. Don't let your own pride get in the way. Yeah, with this dynamic, that can be really important. So we have be bold and make the first move and have faith in your dreams. So yeah, interpret those how you will. Sometimes they don't mean literal things though. So yeah, that might be for you, that might not be for you. Just intuitively discerning. Okay, so your affirmation is, I trust in the divine guidance of my inner wisdom, all the answers exist within. But I think I'm going to leave that there. My name is Jade Wilding. It's been a pleasure reading for you. Thank you so much for making it all the way through. And I would love if you could like, comment, and subscribe to keep me on your feed for more intuitive tarot card readings like this. If you would like a private reading, my bookings are currently open. The link's in the description box below. Yeah, that's all the things I think I need to say. Until I see you again. Ciao. Okay, then pile 3, let's get your messages for the person who is not over you, to have any regrets, anything like that. We'll get some messages for you. So if you chose this pink agate, this reading is probably for you. But we're just going to start off with our astrology and little descriptors to make sure that you're in the right place. If you find that these aren't resonating, you can always go back and start again. But if you're finding that like at least half of them are resonating, then you are probably in the right place. There's probably just a mix of energies here. And or you might find that your reading might be split into 2 piles instead of it all being in one. Just really just checking in with your intuition to figure out kind of what's going on here for you, to get the best reading possible. My hay fever's been so bad. Spirit, do you have any more energies for pile 3, please? So we've got a lot of earth and fire energy here. This person might have a lot of earth and fire placements in their chart. They may be an Aries, Virgo, or Capricorn in particular, or have one of those energies in their big 6, or like specifically I would say closer to their sun, moon, rising sign. But yeah, definitely feels like heavy kind of practicality, heavy kind of motivated leader, kind of energy. We've got a cardinal fire sign, and then we've got a mutable earth sign. So Virgo energy is definitely about getting that lifestyle down pat, but also being super flexible and caring about kind of good quality of life. Whereas Aries is a kind of more entrepreneurial energy. It's someone who's a good like kind of starter of things, a good motivator, a good leader. Corresponds with the Emperor energy in the tarot. There's a lot of kind of sexual desire energy here, and probably this person's going to enjoy like personal development type stuff, maybe learning, travel, kind of any sort of expansion, as well as taking their responsibilities really seriously. They're probably going to really honor their like life path, their truth, their and be really loyal to their covenant. They're probably going to work really hard with this Saturn and Capricorn energy coming out. They might even have their own business with all this energy. Capricorn and Aries is like, they're good energies to have on the MC for like kind of millionaire, billionaire energies, as well as Libra. Yeah, this person might be well off in some way with this Jupiter return card. Jupiter returns also tend to bring in soulmate energies to us when they transit through, transit back to their natal position, or transit through the 3rd, 7th, or 11th house. Sometimes the 5th house as well, but usually that brings more kind of like romance, dating, and kind of casual sex, more so than like long-term partners. But yeah, I'm kind of getting soulmate vibes from this. And then we also have like revolution. Solar eclipses occur at the full moon. And it's usually a very peak energy. It's a very abundant time energetically. It's usually not the best time to manifest. So I'm sensing that this person maybe like kind of works hard more so than is a big manifestor. They just like kind of utilize energy rather than kind of going through the whole process of like setting intention and then being in flow more. So it is kind of slightly more masculine, I would say, this energy. But yeah, there's probably a lot of sexual desire with these two cards coming out. I think that's about all that I'm seeing, but we'll get a few more physical characteristics, especially if this is describing maybe a few people to you, so that you know specifically who we're talking about. So yeah, might resonate with some or most of these. Spirit, can we please have more about this person who's not over pile 3, please? These people, I should say, who are not over pile 3. So we have adventurous, ambitious. This is this Capricorn Aries energy coming out. Conscientious. They may have more of a heart-shaped face. They might be really tall. Might have short hair. Darker skin. That's relative, like whatever feels dark for you. Responsible. Small Capricorn. Independent, yeah. Capricorn Aries energy. Athletic. Aries rules the first house of the body, so that's not surprising. Oval face, so if they don't have a heart-shaped face, they probably have an oval face. Might be quite lanky. Well, they are tall, so lanky and or fit. So they might be lanky with more of aerobic fitness, or they might be like buff, like whatever. Strawberry blonde hair, potentially a long nose, potentially crooked long nose, or crooked or long, and potentially curly hair, or maybe they curl their hair or style it that way or something like that. So hopefully someone's kind of springing to mind that this reading might be referencing. We will just use our traditional tarot to get some messages more about kind of the situation as it stands. Anything you need to know about this person who's not over you. Let me clarify. Thank you. So one or both of you might have been spending a lot of time trying to reparent yourself with this Chariot and Three of Cups cards coming out. The Three of Cups is a very kind of supportive kind of energy. It does lean more towards kind of really, it's very deep care. It tends to lean a little bit more platonic than romantic. So this definitely feels more kind of reparenting the inner child, especially because the Chariot corresponds with Cancer energy. And so there is this kind of element of acting from a place of like having a really stable foundation. Cancer rules the 4th house of the home, and it's kind of our family of origin story. A lot of the time for us to move forward in life with this kind of Chariot energy, we need to like really reflect on our conditioning, reparent ourselves, and be able to move forward with kind of more integrity and less kind of chaos, less conditioning, less kind of unconsciousness in general. It's a very conscious moving forward in a way that really honors our origin and our roots and what makes us feel safe and secure. But it's very much in integrity, honesty, and like self-empowerment in a lot of ways, which is why the Chariot card often refers to themes of like definitely transition and travel as well as control. Like that's kind of the two sides of the Chariot card, is moving forward for a place of like, yeah, real integrity. So one or both of you have definitely been focusing on that at the moment, and learning how to kind of feel safe, secure, definitely wrangle your own ego. The Strength card often is kind of a very hand-in-hand energy with the Chariot, which makes sense because Cancer and Leo, there's just so much kind of, the two kind of balance off each other really well, I find. The Strength is, yeah, more about like our own ego, our own inner critic, our own inner voice, kind of like more specifically. It's kind of less about the connection of the family. It's more about us as an individual and how we've interpreted things and how our ego interprets things through story and what those kind of story tendencies are. If you look at the artwork, it's a person wrestling the animal within a lot of the time. So yeah, it seems like the two of you are definitely doing lots of healing work. This person, I would say, is doing lots of healing work, probably setting themselves up in life in a better way. The Nine of Pentacles is a heavy Venus in Virgo energy, and it's all about lifestyle, which is a kind of 6th house kind of theme, which Virgo rules. So it's all about kind of setting yourself up right, acting like you deserve the best in life, and then kind of like doing the act as if manifestation. It's really about making sure that you're physically like loved, cared for, pampered, and that you're also like caring for yourself, like spiritually, mentally, maybe going to therapy, healing any kind of like poverty consciousness or anything like that is this kind of energy. This Four of Cups energy is usually about figuring out how to feel fulfilled. So it seems like these kind of energies are being activated for one or both of you in terms of like getting on a new path of like fulfillment and abundance, which is a similar energy to this Nine of Cups. This Four of Cups is kind of like that first stage of feeling really fulfilled before we kind of go through our spiritual awakening and like unlock deeper kind of truths about ourselves. And then the Nine of Cups is kind of like the subsequent kind of coming into more abundance and satisfaction with our lives. So I'd say that potentially this connection, especially if you've had a kind of chance before and have parted ways for whatever reason, may have kind of like spurred a deeper pursuit for what really makes you feel fulfilled. Or like this person is just kind of in that place. Like it might not necessarily be this connection, but it might have been some sort of dark night of the soul or something that happened that is like spurring this person forwards with their healing, and or you as well. The Devil card, this is heavy Capricorn energy, and this is really about essentially embracing hedonistic desire, embracing the shadow of the human self, and kind of like allowing some of these more dark tendencies to exist, but just not to have the power over yourself. Like you have the ultimate power, like your higher self is ultimately in control, and can indulge these in a very mindful kind of way. So yeah, it's probably important for the two of you to be figuring out how to indulge and where to indulge in things, and where to allow, and also where to kind of reparent and redirect your energy as well. This card can also refer to acquiring more experience and knowledge. So the two of you, for whatever reason, may be on a path of acquiring more experience and knowledge and more contrast and more kind of figuring out what you don't want so you can figure out what you do want energy. We also have lots of like, I'm forgetting what these cards are called. Why am I blanking? Anyway, it's not important. We have a divine counterpart connection with the Queen of Wands and King of Wands here, and then we also have the Queen of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is a very calm, intuitive, psychic, very loving, very tender, usually very romantic kind of energy. The King and Queen of Wands are more kind of passionate, courageous, entrepreneurial. They're the ones that have a lot of vision, usually a lot of creativity, a lot of desire. So these are potentially the archetypes that you guys are kind of figuring out within yourself, depending on kind of what you resonate with. I would say that it seems like whoever's this more Queen of Cups energy and whoever's more this King of Cups energy are both doing really well, but yeah, it might be this Queen of Wands energy that's lacking in one or both of you. So one or both of you might be maybe trying to figure out how to be more courageous with kind of what you're asking for in life, and maybe experiencing deeper levels of passion and pleasure and things like that, with that card coming out in reverse. But with that all said, let's get some channeled messages from this person or people who so we have the timing just wasn't right for us. You speak to me through music. I remember every detail of that day. Whatever just came to mind. I regret lying to you. There's obviously been some deceit here at some point. I don't want to know. So this person's probably like intentionally kind of having a blind eye with you. I don't know why this happened. So there's probably still some questions for them in terms of like why everything went down the way it went down when you guys initially connected in whatever capacity. So yeah, they're probably still figuring out some stuff. They definitely admire you. And they definitely had their heart broken in this situation. And they're probably trying to heal from some of those wounds. And those wounds probably have to do with this like kind of chariot Cancer energy. Like they're probably igniting like pains from the past. And they're probably like figuring out how to use a broken heart to break their heart open to experience more and want more from life and all that sort of stuff. Okay, so this is probably a twin flame connection, or definitely like some sort of soulmate, divine counterpart connection with a lot of like duality, coupling, complementing each other, polarity, very yin-yang balance. So we have a date card, which can be in reference to meeting someone new, dating, getting back out there, planning on setting a date. So this person might want to kind of re-date you, or one or both of you might be dating other people in this time to gain that experience and knowledge that we were talking about before. There may be some necessity for the two of you to learn some stuff from other people in this time, potentially. Do we have any more love oracles, please? So we have separation and love call. So it's likely that you guys have been in some sort of connection in the past, that you're in some sort of separation, that you might be missing each other, yearning for each other, and potentially both unsure about the future. But this person's probably thinking about expressing a message of love to you, thinking about you, and they're probably wanting to let you know that they still care. Potentially their 5D self might have drawn you here for that reason. So we have faith. It's probably a time to embrace deep faith in kind of the divine plan and like the path of this connection. So we also have beginnings and discernment. So this potentially going to be some sort of new beginning for you guys, like potentially with another person or with this person again, but it'll be important in that new beginning to exercise a lot of discernment, probably some boundaries in terms of like how you engage in this connection, because the thing is, I don't think you need to be like fully healed to be with people that you care about. You just need to be very conscious about where wounds might be, and just like kind of have a bit of a game plan of like how to deal with them when they come up. So it's time to release negative energy, especially any pains from the past that you might be holding on to. Adjustments are required, but luck is on your side. Do we have any final affirmations for pile 3, please? We have, I choose to accept myself just as I am because I am my own beautiful creation. Hopefully this helps you move forward with all of these energies. Hope it's helpful. But I think I'm going to leave this reading here. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it entertained you at the very least. That it's been a pleasure reading for you. My name's Jade Wilding. And if you would like a private reading, you can always use the link in the description box below to book one in with me. But for anyone who made it all the way through this video, thank you so much. I would love if you could like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you again on my next video.